King MT2 Superior 4.5. It's the Lone Peak 4, the big boy, the Olympus. Good morning, it's Tuesday. I've just done a quick run on the treadmill, about sort of 45 minutes, but hard intervals. And I wanted to have a quick chat today about the differences between my Ultra Trail collection. I've pretty much got the whole collection, the whole lineup, apart from one thing, the TIMP. I've got the TIMP 1.5, so there's now the TIMP 2 out, but there's a big difference for those two shoes, which I'll talk about later. But I've got 4 shoes here, all the trail ones that I want to compare, and I want to basically say where they fit into my collection, my rotation. The lightest and the most nimble of the lot, which is the Ultra King MT2. Now this one here is quite a specialist shoe, and to be honest, I doubt many people will kind of need this one or necessarily want this one. It is the lightest shoe they have. It's about 260 for the men's size 9. It is also the most responsive. It's got a very firm, responsive Ego midsole there. That responsiveness, that firmness is quite hard. Therefore, there's not much give, so it's a very different feel from the rest. The traction is incredible. That traction on the outsole there is amazing. You do have a superb grip, and as I said, they also have an incredible lockdown with the Velcro top here. So this would fit into my rotation for those shorter trail runs, for the sprints, for them even like the obstacle course racing, which I don't do, but if you did do that, this is where it would be. And also the sort of the hill repeats, any stuff that you're going to be a lot on soft trails and things, sand work, stuff going downhill because you've got a lot of good, great lockdown in the front there. But and also for wet, if it wets, because they have an amazing drainage system. But maybe sort of an hour tops, your feet will start to feel a bit fatigued in these ones here, which is surprising because this is the Ego midsole, which the Escalante has as well, which I find really comfortable. But this is 19 mil, and it's just quite a hard Ego midsole for me anyway. So King MT, next in line, Ultra Superior 4.5. Now this one here was probably the most surprising shoe that I had of 2020. The Quantic midsole, 21 millimeter in the 4.5. Not much traction, not much grip, but a super soft feel, a really comfortable. These fit like a glove around your foot, really nice, very nimble, very flexible, very lightweight. Again, just a little bit heavier than the King MT, although they feel almost a bit lighter because the weight distribution in the whole shoe seems a bit better, where these almost seem a little bit bottom heavy with that big tread and that big grip at the bottom. So the tread, yeah, not much really here, but if you're going out for maybe even a couple of hours, probably even 3, this would work on the soft trails, even on the road. It's got a very nice transition. That Quantic midsole is very responsive and it's good. It's good quality cushion as well. The fit is incredible, as I said. It's very soft, very smooth. It just has a lovely overall sort of fit. So these will fit into that sort of the mid-range run, maybe a couple of hours. Then the Lone Peak. Oh, I gave these all a wash actually. It's the Lone Peak. It's the Lone Peak 4. Now this one here is actually quite old. This is about two years old, but it's if you can have a look at that, it's holding up really well. So basically, it's got a really strong the max track on the outside, the grip, which actually the lugs are still looking good. And this is a really good shoe, but I tend to use this one here for the hikes, the long sort of hikes, even with my weighted, with my big weighted vest. It's got the stone guard in there as well. This is, I think, what is this? This is the A-band material with a 25 millimeters. That's a 25 millimeter stack height from heel to toe. Obviously, Ultra, everyone knows the big wide toe box, 0 drop throughout. But this one here is my shoe that I'll generally take for the hikes, the long walks, just because you just have it's a very nice feel. Again, it's just, very smooth, very easy on the foot. So that is the Lone Peak 4. There is the 4.5 now, which is different upper, and there's also the 5, which is coming out with the Ego midsole, which looks incredible. The 5 looks completely different. So that one there. And then finally, the big boy, the Olympus. Before I go into anything about the shoe, I'm just going to, spoiler alert, if I had to choose any of these 4 shoes that are in this lineup, this one here would be the one. Because here, this one here, it's not too heavy, although it is about 300 something grams. it doesn't feel very heavy because it's got that 33 mil of the that beautiful A-bound material in the midsole here. It feels nimble still. It feels quite nimble and light for some reason. It's got a nice simple track outsole, which is good enough. The Vibram Mega Grip on the outsole. Nothing super, it's not brilliant. It's nothing like the King MT, for instance, in regards to grip. But what this shoe can do, it can do the shorter pace, it can go for the shorts, you can do the hill sprints, you can do the short runs, you can do the medium runs, and then you can go out all day, all night, all day, and into the next day in the shoe. Because so far, 400 miles, whatever, in this shoe here, we're still looking good, still feeling really good. That A-bound midsole is still holding up, it's still bouncy, it's still resilient, it's still cushioned. It hasn't deadened out, it hasn't flattened out. And to me, that means this shoe, you know, they've made this one really well. Some might differ, some might say that, you know, they're not that keen on this one here, but to me, this here, the Altra Olympus 4.5, after about 400 miles, as you can see now, it's still holding up really, really nicely. So I'm very, very impressed. Yeah, I love this one, love this shoe. So as I said, out of the lineup of the Altras, this one here would be my #1 go-to trail shoe. If I was told to live on an island with no other shoe available, I'm taking this one with me. Because it's so versatile, because you can still do the speed work in this, which sounds a bit odd because it is quite a max cushion shoe, and you can go long, and it's comfortable, and you can walk. As I said before, comparing this to the Hoka Speedgoat, in regards to the Hoka, for instance, the Hoka midsoles, where I find you kind of sit on top of the midsole, whether it's 28 or 32 millimeter stack height, whereas this one here, you sit into it, and your foot becomes a part of the midsole, but you still have that beautiful cushion, which enables you to have that great ground feel, that great ground contact, as well as the bounce back, the cushioning, the protection. There's no rock plate, you don't need it, because it's got, you know, 33 millimeters of beautiful midsole in there. But yeah, I would say the only issue is with these shoes here is you can see up front there's that slight cut there, and that's the only wear and tear I've had. But as I said before, I don't really mind if that's the only wear and tear I'm going to get after nearly, I think, about 400 miles. As long as the midsole still is bouncy and you know is alive, it's not dead, then that's me happy. But I am keen to try out the Timp 2, because the old Timp 1 that I had, Timp 1.5, I wasn't that keen on it. I didn't really get on with the midsole. I found it a bit clunky. It didn't roll very well, but the 2 apparently is very, very different. It's a complete uphaul. Anyway, so that is my little Ultra lineup. Short, fast, sprinty days, the Ultra King MT. Superior, just the moderate, nice, fun, maybe, you know, 5, 10, 15 kilometers going easy. The Lone Peak, this bad boy, this old trusted, you know, workhorse of the Ultra range. This one here, lovely for hikes, but also running as well. But because I've had this for such a long time, it probably has flattened out now. But for me, again, the king is the Olympus 4. This one here, it wins, hands down, for me anyway, as the best Ultra shoe pretty much ever made. But the Ultra Lone Peak 5 is out now in the States. If I can get my hands on it, I'll be yeah, very interested to see how that feels. So yeah, there we go. That is my Ultra Trail collection. Hope that helps, and see you soon. Right, that's goodbye from me. Goodbye from Ultra. And by the way, I'm not sponsored at all by Ultra. I'm nothing that, you know, I have no affiliation with them, nothing. So this is just now I realized that my feet work really well with the Ultra shoes. Actually, one last thing, which I did remember, the Ultra King MT, if anything, which I didn't realize until I compared the insoles to the other ones, it is a little tiny bit narrower here and up front. There's a little bit less space in the Ultra King MT, which I didn't notice when I put it on. So only when I took the insole out to switch over with a more cushioned one, I realized that actually it was a little bit narrower. So yeah, this one here is for those snuggy, close, good contact, fast days. Right, that's enough blabbing. See you soon.